Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football back here at the Kilgore 7-on-7 state qualifying tournament. Here with the head coach of the Pleasant Grove Hawks, Coach Josh Gibson. And, Coach, your kids got a win in their first game, 34-6 over Henderson. I know you were happy about that. Just tell us what you want to see out of your kiddos today when they're out playing 7-on-7. We know it's not the real thing with pads on, but I know you're a competitive guy and you want to see your Hawks do well.
Yeah, and I think the number one thing is I told them they worked so hard and they really busted their tail this semester to go out and just have fun. And they need to. A lot of these guys are seniors. It's their last roll through a summer like this, and experiences are kind of coming to an end. So go have fun. And then the next is, man, when that ball snaps, like we're playing state football. I mean, we play every rep like we're playing a state championship. And it was cool to see us play the way we did the first game because Henderson's really athletic, and I thought our kids played well. So it's fun. Our goal is to qualify and get to go down there again, and I think the biggest thing on that experience is just the relational factor and the time you get with kids. It's awesome.
You guys have made a little tradition of going to College Station. It's been 4 or 5 years in a row you guys have made the trip down, right?
Yeah. So I think we've made every year since we kind of started going in 17. We used to not do 7-on-7 as a wing T team, but we needed to throw and catch and defend, and I like that part of it, and I like the kids being together working.
All right, Coach. Now, this offseason, just judging off the eyeball test with your kids that are here today, looks like it's been a productive offseason. Your kids have been in the weight room working hard. How happy were you with the kids working the offseason, and how much are you looking forward to 2023?
Yeah, I mean, the offseason thus far has been awesome. And, summer is where we really feel like we can hopefully get away from some teams because our kids, I mean, they'll be at 100% of those practices with 100% of the team, and you need to be. It's the 2 months right before you start. Those are the most important ones. But up to now, the weight room's been awesome. I think physically you can see that on the kids. We won our first district title in track and then went to area and then qualified 16 to regionals. And so this is the fastest team we've had, and I think it will be one of the most physical. But it's just been a fun off season.
All right, now looking ahead to 2023, you got an experienced ball club coming back. Obviously, we all know the region is loaded. It's a grind to get out of there, and I know you don't want to look too far ahead. What do you expect from your ball club in 2023? What are the strengths going to be, and maybe what are some areas where you still want to see a few young guys maybe take that next step and snag some starting key roles on your team?
Yeah, there's not too many positions open. I think we're returning 17 or 18 depending on if we move a position on a kid, and that's a lot of kids coming back. And I think this will be the best team we've had. And time will tell on that because I think a lot of the culture part, the relational part, that's the factor that we don't know yet. But physically, the way that the humbleness that they have, the other-centeredness, I'm already seeing flashes of that. And we have 6 kids with Power 5 offers. I mean, we've never had that. We've had 6 D2 kids before. So it's a talented group. I think the one thing that we really want to focus on with this group of kids is toughness, like going out on the field, kind of knowing the game's over before it starts, and a certain dominance and a toughness. And so that's been a big thing for us throughout offseason. It will be this summer and through fall camp.
All right, Coach, I asked Coach Reardon about this at Chapel Hill. I want to ask you about this. I've noticed here as schedules are starting to roll in, there have been some games in East Texas that have been moved to Thursday night, especially at the small school level because of lack of officials and those types of things. There's not a ton you guys can do as coaches to help with that, but what do you think if there's anything you and your coaches can do to kind of help make sure that we appreciate the officials and let them know that we need them?
Yeah, I think the officials have done a great job of going out and trying to help recruit. They're coming into our schools talking to seniors that are going to go out and go to college and maybe not play sports and trying to recruit guys to join, their chapters. And that's awesome. I mean, because they're not just putting out ads. They're coming into schools and visiting with some kids. So they're doing good there. I think what THSCA did this last year, Joe Martin and the guys led it to have an appreciation game for officials, bring them out to midfield and let them know how special they are, and they are, and it has been cool in East Texas. We've really gotten to develop great relationships with so many of our chapters because they do games, and then the Tyler chapter has 2 or 3 at state every year. They're really, really good, and so it's been cool. I think we got to treat officials right, and I think we got to keep this recruiting effort going, and then I think we got to pay more money. People do things when you pay more money, and folks don't want to hear that, but there's a supply and demand, and when you pay more, you'll get more out there.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time as always. Enjoy watching the kiddos compete, and go get you something good to eat on the way back to Texarkana after this is over.
Heck yeah, we'll do that for sure.